Today we saw a great game between the Oklahoma City Thunder visiting the Golden State Warriors and stealing game one. I think Westbrook did a tremendous job. He had 20 points in the third quarter. He got to the foul line like crazy. Everybody in OKC got to the foul line in that third quarter, which completely killed the Golden State's momentum. Westbrook had a tremendous game. I think he had 27 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, but more importantly, 7 steals. And you know what that 7 steals did? It fueled the Thunder. It kept them in the game. Every time Golden State would go up 13 or 14, Russell Westbrook get a couple steals, ran it back down, get a layup. So they were trading. It was like Golden State was shooting tough threes and turning the ball over, and Oklahoma City just kept getting to the basket, kept getting to the basket, kept getting to the basket. And you could tell that wore Golden State down because over the course of the night, the shooting percentage went lower and lower and lower. They finished the game with 44% from the field and 36% from three. So that tells you everything. So that big lineup is actually working for Oklahoma City, and it stagnated the Warriors because they were very physical. Westbrook was very physical with Curry. Durant was very, very physical with Curry as well on the switches. And then they were chopping down on Klay Thompson, grabbing jerseys, being really, really, really physical. And for a time there, especially the third quarter was pivotal because once the Warriors went up like about 13, they could just never break it open. And part of the reason they couldn't break it open was for the simple fact that they kept rushing shots and taking, like, they kept going for home runs. And they're very guilty of this early and often. What they do is once they get a big lead, they want to hit that big three to put their foot on your neck, or they want to make that spectacular play or make that spectacular pass. And in the first half, as they were getting higher and higher lead, they started dancing with the ball too much, being too cute with the ball, like making careless plays. But it wasn't as many turnovers. But in that second half, they had 8 turnovers. They probably had like 6 or 7 of them. Or probably had like 5 or 6 of them in the third quarter alone, which got Oklahoma City within 3. And once they got within 3, the game slowed down because they had the lead, and they know that the Golden State Warriors were pressed for time in their mind mentally because they kept going for the home run. I mean, they shot 33s tonight and only made 11. That's just not like them. Number one, I mean, they were shooting threes on fast break. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And part of the problem with the 3-point shot is people forget, like, okay, I can get a layup. That's a layup over a 3 is always a better shot. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who's taking it. Open, a layup versus a 3. And you can see Golden State kept going, driving the lane, trying to pass it out for a 3. And Oklahoma City capitalized. They did a great job. I mean, Russell Westbrook played awful in the first half, but the second half he woke up and he started playing more aggressive and attacking. He just kept attacking, putting pressure. But Kevin Durant, he has to play a lot better. I think he was 10 for 30. So the defense is doing something to him. He was getting fouled, but they weren't calling it. Same thing with Curry. Curry was getting fouled a couple plays. Thompson was getting fouled, but they weren't calling it. So, the referees, again, they have a laundry list of things this NBA playoffs where they just screwed up. They just really, 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 really screwed up. I think there was like that play with 17 seconds left. Westbrook traveled. They didn't call it. They called like a flagrant foul in the beginning of the game. That wasn't a flagrant foul. I was just like, it was an accidental hit. It wasn't nothing crazy. He wasn't winding up. He was going for the ball. That being said, this is a good game. This is a good win for Oklahoma City because they shot 43% from the field, which is not good. They shot 47% from the 3-point line, which is pretty damn good actually. And then they out-rebounded Golden State by 6, or no, it was by 8. Out-rebounded them by 8, and they had 2 less turnovers. So when we're talking about turnovers for Golden State, it wasn't necessarily the turnovers to me that done them in, even though it gave up 20 points, because Oklahoma City only had 2 less, so it was like 14-12. Let's just make sure of it here for you guys. Just want to make sure I'm accurate with what I'm saying. They had 14. Oklahoma City had 12 or 11. So It's only, they both kept it under 20. So that being said, that's good for both teams. So I think the first order of business for OKC, can we duplicate this? We need to duplicate this. We need to play very physical, and we need to turn Golden State over, and we need to make them conscious of what they're doing. We need to make them stagnate, just like they did to the Spurs. They made the Spurs stagnant, and it was easier for them to defend because they're more athletic. For the Golden State Warriors, the number one thing for them is this: you got to move the ball. It doesn't matter how good Curry is. It doesn't matter how good Klay Thompson is. You have to move the basketball. If you don't move the ball, then you die. That's just the bottom line. You don't move it, you lose it. So I know next game both teams are gonna come out and make adjustments. I think one of the things that they really have to adjust is they need more out of Draymond. Draymond Green had 23. He was like 0 for 4 from 3, and he was so he had like 23, which is good. But then 0 for 4 from 3, and then you miss like a bunch of free throws, so that's not good. And then Harrison Barnes came out very hot, like hit 2 threes or whatever the case may be. Then didn't play. It's like a lot of the guys showed up in the first half, but then down the stretch in the second half, nobody made a play. They were just expecting Curry and Thompson to lift them up, and it doesn't work like that. It's a team game. You see what I'm saying? Maybe OKC can play like that, but Golden State can't play like that. See what I'm saying? And a championship team can't play like that. Because when you go to NBA Finals, you can't just count on 1 or 2 guys to make every single play down the stretch. If you look at tonight's game, they scored an assist on 78 out of the 108 points of the Thunder for Westbrook and Durant. But the thing is this: if you can take one of those guys out of the game defensively, they're screwed. And that's what I'm saying. Like with the Warriors, the way they've been playing basketball, they've never really had. If you take one guy out the game, another guy steps up, and that's the mentality for the Warriors. And as for the OKC Thunder, we got to keep this going. We have to play like this. We have to play slow. We have to play methodical. We have to limit our turnovers, and we have to crash the glass every single minute. So this is going to be a good series, back and forth series. I had Golden State in 6, but I said this could be a 7-game series, and the way that it's going now, it could be a 7-game series. But if Golden State loses the next game, all bets are off. All bets are off. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Peace.